It's called Talking Balls now. What do you think of
Who
that?
voted for that? They voted for that?
These lot.
Ahead of Rue de Ballon?
Yeah.
It's the eve of the Premier League season, and there's three things I want to see happen next season. Number one, Lee Cattermole gets Premier League Player of the Season as his genius is finally realised. There's no joke here, he's genuinely underrated. Two, Guardiola falling on his arse. He's had the world crowing about his managerial style. He's managed two of the most successful clubs in the world with substantial spending power, and now he's at City with an unlimited transfer budget. Look, I want him to be successful. He's a good-looking, stylish bloke. I just want to see him do it at West Brom, that's all. Number three, Hull surviving. More on that later. So this week, Ball Street put out our annual season predictor where we try to predict where each team will finish in the league this season. Obviously, it's impossible, but it's nice to see what people's thoughts are, especially given the business clubs have been doing throughout the summer. Now, one of my picks was deemed slightly controversial. It is those scumbags. I don't even want to touch it. Can you put that on there, please, mate?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Arsenal in sixth.
You're not serious?
Some people thought that my argument was influenced by some sort of bias.
Right, here we go. Top five. You will notice that in sixth place is Arsenal.
The video is doing well and engagement has been significant. So here are some of the choice comments that were left. Flav, you bitch. Flav, you cocksucket. Go yourself, you. We now know that Flav is a biased and has minimal football knowledge. What do we think of Flav? Shit. What do we think of shit? Flav. Fire Flav. They won't do that, will they? You'd think I'd said something worse than just Arsenal finishing sixth in the league. This is what Robbie thought.
They're just in our shadow all the time, aren't they? So he's bound to say what he said. But I'm telling you this, we will definitely 100% finish above Spurs. And you know what? If we add a couple of players to Arsenal's team, we could win the league.
You're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Man United are your rivals.
Are they?
Yeah. Paul Pogba just signed.
Great.
But it was announced by Adidas.
It was announced by Stormzy. Stormzy on Facebook released the video, didn't he?
Look, man, I'm the
It
one.
was just kind of in the video.
He was, mixing
What?
whipped cream.
For me, it kind of wasn't football.
It's the Adidas family, though, isn't it? So from their side, they're saying, "Hey, we're all in this together. Adidas. Adidas is the game, and the game is Adidas."
Yeah.
And that sounds a lot like corporate speak for, "Hey, we can capitalise on this." I like an old-fashioned unveiling, but I think it suits Paul Pogba that he was unveiled like this.
Yeah, it's him, isn't it?
If you did it with anyone else, so for instance, if John Stones had been announced by Stormzy,
Shut down Iceland, oh my God.
not the same. Transfers are bollocks, aren't they? John Stones, fantastic.
Just signed for Man City. Money
Couple of
can buy
days
you
ago.
Stones.
Yes.
Money can buy him, buy you Stones.
Yeah. 45 million
Yeah.
for a young Englishman.
Yeah, raw.
Raw talent means we've not seen enough of him.
Like a piece of meat.
In a way,
Full of
synthesis.
E. coli. He's basically been bought from the supermarket. Pep Guardiola has just turned the old
Heat on.
heat on
Yeah.
the cooker and he's just about to stick him in the pan.
I think it's more of an Arga, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
like-
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Transfers are bollocks, aren't they? We knew that people were just sitting there typing whatever they wanted and we just lap it up because we're idiots. And this summer transfer window just proves exactly the same. Whatever you put out, you could literally sit here and talk bollocks. I don't know, I don't watch the show. But you could say whatever you want and people will still watch it because they're idiots.
That's what people do, and that's what we're doing. And all we're doing is perpetuating the
Was that the Frank Sinatra's
existence of man, existential to some degree,
We're perpetuating the existence of man.
through Talking Balls on Ball Street's channel.
Do you ever feel like you're wasted in this industry?
Every day.
Hull City's Premier League campaign starts this Saturday, and at the time of recording they have just 12 first-team players available. There has perhaps never been a team less prepared for competition than Hull are this season, except perhaps Zaire in the 1974 World Cup. Zaire were the first ever African team to qualify for the World Cup finals. In the 3 group games they played, they conceded 14 goals and scored none, including a 9-0 defeat to Yugoslavia. Worse than that, the players seem to have forgotten the rules of football. Behind the scenes, there was also turmoil. The manager, Yugoslavian Blag Vidanic, was accused of throwing the game versus his mother nation, and Zaire officials were apparently pilfering money owed to the players, and many returned from the competition without earning a penny. With things as they are, Hull have as much chance of surviving the Premier League as Zaire had of winning that World Cup. Many are predicting that they're in for a worse season than Derby had in 07-08 when they finished with 11 points. This Saturday there will be protests against the Alam family in an attempt to get them to sell the club. These demonstrations will be seen during the live match between Hull and champions Leicester. And if there is ever a time when fans from all teams need to club together, it's perhaps now. Show support through your social media channels on Saturday and help Hull fans in their plight to get the club that they deserve.
Was this an episode or was this part of an episode?
Part of an episode.
Okay, good.
Yeah.